AFR On Demand is brought to you by Breck Golf. Try Beaver Creek today, just 20 minutes from downtown Baton Rouge in the Zachary area. They've got a PGA Tour driving range, a short game practice area, 30 to 40-yard practice shots. It's a great place to chip and putt and practice if you don't have time for a full round. Book your tee time today, golf.breck.org, golf.breck.org.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
Let's ride!
Hour 3, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us, AFR. Presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. I'm Matt.
You're a loser, Matt.
Shut up, kid. Cassie Spazzali.
Oh, look what you made me do. Look what you made me do.
Muso.
I'm a Barbie girl in the Barbie world.
And Mr. Toby Tomplay. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. 5 o'clock quitting time. Glad you're driving home with us. And oh, by the way, it's a hump day.
It's hump day.
Give me the general.
Thanks, bud. I appreciate it.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Is Will Wade coming back to LSU?
Hump day.
Probably.
It's hump day.
Not done.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Not done.
Hump day.
Ink isn't dry.
It's hump day.
Presser hasn't been scheduled.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
You know.
Hump day.
Thanks, bud. I appreciate it.
Ross Jackson in 15 minutes.
It's hump day.
Zach Wilson for QB1.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Print the shirts.
Hump day.
Oh, did you see the Saints had a dinner with like 15 Ohio State prospects?
It's hump day.
I feel shocked.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Can we get odds on the Saints drafting an Ohio State prospect?
Hump day.
Minus 1,100?
It's hump day.
Minus 25,000?
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
What are we thinking, Muse?
Hump day.
Somewhere in between there. Probably like minus 1,550. Good number.
Hump day.
15,050 or 1,550?
15,050.
It's hump day.
Word is they just wanted to go to dinner. It had actually nothing to do with the draft. They just like Ohio State guys.
Lay the number.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
All right. We're going to cold call Mama Scone in 25 minutes. She doesn't know we're calling, but we're going to call her anyway. She's watching Drew right now. We got to check in on our brackets. I haven't looked to see how she's doing. Have you? Can you look?
No,
I
I
can.
can
You find
though.
out? Yeah. If you can find out, that'd be great. So we'll cold call Mama Scone in about 30 minutes. Jimmy will be here for our locks, all that stuff. As we continue on, we need a Wade watch drop.
All right, we'll get that.
Yep,
we'll get
like
that.
Panda Watch and Seton Watch. You're making me look like
Kiffin. There was Kiffin Watch, too.
Kiffin Watch.
Yeah.
Do you still have them? Where are they?
I took them off the button, so I'd
Get 'em!
have to find them.
Got him! Panda jerk! Get out here, you panda jerk! You call the panda a jerk. Oh, man. Anyway. DJ Thomas. Seton Watch. You have the Kevin one.
Hold on.
Seton Watch. It's so stupid.
And isn't that why we just keep doing it?
Yes, of course.
Darn it.
It's radio. It should be fun. That's why I dressed up like Chief Osceola and put my big ass on a horse after Alabama lost to Florida State. It's supposed to be fun.
You wanted to do that too.
Yes, because it's fun. Stop taking yourself so seriously. Kiffin.
Watch.
All right, here you go. Clip this one, Muse. You ready?
Oh, hold on.
There you go. Hit record.
That's what I'm going to do.
All right, you rolling? All right. Wade. All right, splice that together, and let's see what Muse can come up with. The crown jewel of LSU's transfer portal class this last year was DJ Thomas from UNLV. He ended up playing in just 3 SEC games. One of the giant reasons why this season got totally derailed. Well, DJ Thomas is heading into the transfer portal on 3 with that news, so not in any way surprising. With the very strong likelihood that LSU is going to have a coaching change, you would imagine that this roster is going to get gutted. So we'll follow and see, but as these continue to develop. But DJ Thomas, we've learned on 3 reporting that Thomas is hitting the transfer portal. By the way, I don't know who Joe Giglio is. Muse told me that he's a guy that covers NC State. And Muse found this on Muse. Talk to me. You found this on YouTube.
Yeah, so he does a show with another Joe. Joe, forgive me, I don't want to butcher the
Ovies?
Ovies.
O-V-I-E-S?
Yeah. So they both cover North Carolina sports. They like just in the state.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a podcast, a lot of subscribers, a lot of views. So
good. So Joe Giglio, I haven't heard this clip, but it's about the NIL money. He says that LSU's guaranteed NC State, that LSU's guaranteed Will Wade.
This is not a leverage play. This is not some pump fake. It looks like Will Wade is going to be LSU's next coach. I got a text yesterday at 1:20 when we were done. It said, "You're my guy, so I'm telling you, Wade is 100% going to LSU. Done deal." And I said, "Does like LSU have some like gigantic bag here, or like don't you think this is them trying to like get a stick up by Will Wade?" His answer was, "There's a $15 million NIL guarantee for next year's roster."
I will tell you that is false. I don't know who Joe Giglio is. I am telling you that is factually inaccurate. There is no guarantee at all for Will Wade coming to LSU for his NIL budget. And I will say that as definitively as I could possibly say it. Like, I am telling you, there is no $15 million guarantee. There is no guarantee. Now, you want to talk about what resources might be discussed? Okay, but there is no guarantee in that respect. I did like, remember you could always text me, 225-396-4400, 396-4400. Now, Dan Knowles texted the show and said, "Matt, I guess I'm in the minority, but I'm not happy about this Will Wade thing. To me, it's going to mean less money for Jay Johnson. In watching this year's team, my feeling is that he was on a reduced budget last year, and it's showing because our transfers are not top-level players." That's actually very astute. And Verge Osbury, in that interview, we referenced it several times, but in an interview he did with Tiger Rag a few weeks ago, he said in so many words, you have to decide what you want to be good at because you don't have the money to pay for everything. And so when you think about this, and we're going to get into this conversation deeper if, in fact, they do consummate this deal and end up with Will Wade as the coach, which I think it feels very likely at this point. But again, until it's done, it ain't done. But LSU football is always going to get whatever it needs. And Lane Kiffin, nobody's telling him no. Kim Mulkey is relentless. And she's going to fight to get what she needs as well. You add Will Wade to that mix, it is fair to wonder what happens with baseball as a priority. That's a fair question to ask. And I'm not telling you I have the answer right now. What I will say, and again, we're still operating some right now in hypotheticals because this deal is not done. It's close. And I do think, like, if you made me go to a ticket window and say, okay, Scone, you have to put all of your net worth, is Wade coming or not, I would say yes. Okay? I think there's an overwhelming chance that happens now. But again, there was no contract signed. There was no deal agreed in principle right now. Like, it's not done yet. But my opinion, a very educated opinion, is I do think they're going to get this done. But as we look at the resources, what is true and real right now is you don't have a limitless, an infinite amount of resources. And baseball has had to do more with less, which is odd because it's LSU baseball. But it's just, as everyone tries to navigate this third-party NIL and rev share world, there isn't as much to commit to baseball in rev share. And everyone's figuring out third-party NIL. So and by the way, when you start to calculate the sheer number of dead money on the books, like your boosters aren't, like LSU boosters aren't collectively paying a $54 million buyout and Ed Ogeron's for Kelly and finishing up Ed Ogeron's buyout. And you got all the assistants like Matt House. You're still paying Matt House his buyout. Like all these, and now it's going to be Matt McMahon if in fact he's fired, and you owe him and his staff $11 million. Like, the point is, you are going to have to find and continue to find more creative ways to generate revenue. I don't know what that's going to look like. I mean, you and I we've all read the story. Well, I know I've read the stories and seen what is being proposed and talked about and different ideas and things, but like, this is going to come to a head where like the straw house is going to get blown down. Like, you have got to find stability, financial stability within your athletic department, because you do not have it right now, to be very clear. So I don't know what that looks like. People way smarter than me are going to have to make those decisions and generate that revenue. But eventually, you're going to have to get your spending in check or dramatically increase your revenue or change your revenue model altogether. Like something like it's got to happen. It just has to happen. What you're doing is not sustainable. So what that looks like, I don't know, but I'd bet anything you're going to see it. You're going to see some type of dramatic change to be able to afford your lifestyle, because you want to keep winning, and losing is not going to be an option. Say, now we're just not going to commit to these sports because we just don't have enough. They're going to have to find creative ways to make it enough. And what that looks like, I don't know, but it'll be fascinating to see. All right, it's after further review. Let me knock out a break, come back, and Ross Jackson will be here at AFR.
After further review.
Hump Day shows are brought to you by Goodwood, men's sexual wellness, yourgoodwood.com. Yes, they do ED treatments. If you have ED, they can help. Not just a little blue pill. They got tons of different treatments to help. They also have HRT, hormone replacement therapy. Men, this isn't about your age as a number. It's about how you feel. And sometimes, I'm telling you from experience, you don't know how bad you feel until you start feeling good again. Go get your blood labs checked. Yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. And they've got peptides. You've heard me talk about peptides now for years. You're hearing everybody talk about it now. I actually take peptides. I take NAD+. I take BPC 157. There's so many different ways to maximize your body's natural systems to have you feel and function at your highest levels. It's affordable. Yourgoodwood.com. Yourgoodwood.com. Check them out. It's yourgoodwood.com.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Ross Jackson joins us, LouisianaSports.net, Locked On Saints. Yo, man, how are you?
Hey, man, doing great. Thanks for having me.
Our pleasure. Okay, Zach Wilson added as a third quarterback, I would assume. What are we thinking here?
Yeah, no, I think you hit it right there. I don't think that this is a guy that comes in and has a humongous opportunity to compete for the backup role. He certainly doesn't compete for the starting role. That's completely sewn down. But he does give you a veteran player and a veteran presence to add to the locker room. The Saints had Taysom Hill kind of in that role last year, in addition to their three former quarterbacks on staff. And now I think with Taysom Hill not having been brought back to this point, Zach Wilson at least gives you a little bit of that here over the course of the offseason.
We've also noticed, Ross, and you tell me if I'm wrong on this, it feels like there is a pretty long list of receivers that the Saints are hosting. We know that this is a need position, but is this maybe more than what we've seen in recent years?
Yeah, I think what's really interesting about it, and sometimes this just happens because of who is making the information available and which agents are willing to talk about what players are getting, visits and things like that. But it is interesting to see so many of the reports that are out there and that we've been gathering over at LouisianaSports.net around the Saints pre-draft visits, conversations, private workouts, private meetings, all that. So many of them have been wide receivers, from Carnell Tate and other first-round guys like Mekhi Lemon. I'm sure eventually a guy like Jordan Tyson will end up on that list, to later round, kind of mid-round guys like Rajah Nelson, who might not even get drafted. They're spending some extra time with him at his pro day out of North Dakota State University. And then we see guys like Ted Hurst, who's a bit of a sleeper in this year's draft from a mid-round perspective, out of Georgia State. They're doing a lot of homework on wide receivers. And some of that might be perfectly normal, but the way that we're getting it via the news cycle feels abnormal. But it certainly does feel like there's a lot of work going to a single position here. And it kind of shows you that, the Saints are very much taking this wide receiver class very seriously.
Let's talk about Chris Bell. I know it's someone you and I have talked about in the past, and you've written about at LouisianaSports.net, but what you have published up there today kind of does feel very interesting and relevant as far as him as a target for the Saints.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's been doing a lot of campaigning for himself with the Saints, or to be a part of the Saints, by way of mentioning the way that apparently quarterback Tyler Shuck is campaigning for Chris Bell to join him here in New Orleans. The two were together in 2024 with the Louisville Cardinals and had a pretty solid year together. It was Chris Bell's best yards per catch season in his career was with Tyler Shuck, and it was his second best season after the catch as well in terms of per reception average. And so what that kind of shows you is that the things that Chris Bell did best, he did with Tyler Shuck, and Tyler Shuck's style of play clearly worked out for that. So the two have some desire to be reunited here in New Orleans, and it sounds like Tyler Shuck, who has also mentioned on podcast appearances himself, kind of confirmed that he has been making a case for Chris Bell to be a part of the New Orleans Saints next year. If the Saints want to do that, they might have to sprint for him at pick 42 if he doesn't creep into the bottom of the first round. He's a first-round talent, but he's coming off of that ACL injury. It sounds like he's going to be ready for training camp, though. So if the Saints are able to snag him in the second round, or even get lucky enough for him to fall into the third, that'd be a huge win for them.
Ross Jackson's with us at Ross Jackson NOLA. You also mentioned Mekhi Lemon, who's coming to visit New Orleans. What can you tell us about Lemon as a prospect and where he might fall in this draft?
Yeah, I mean, he's the best separator in this class in terms of finding his way open. Super high IQ player as well. Does a very good job working against zone coverage, which you're going to see not as much of in the NFL as you see in college, but you will still see quite a bit of it. And, is another guy that just plays with this real, my ball mentality. He's great in contested catch situations. The question is, are you okay with swinging on an outlier with production? He's a guy that falls, outside of the 30th percentile or lesser than the 30th percentile on most measurements, from height and weight to arm length and hand size. All of it, he's outside of those key, desirable percentiles and metrics there. And so you'd have to be okay with investing in an outlier early, because this is the guy that's scheduled to be one of the first three wideouts off the board. And I don't know if the Saints are in position to do that. And so you bring him in and you get an idea of, what he brings mentally to the game, and you're hoping that maybe some of those intangibles outweigh some of those tangible measurements that create that outlier tag for him. But he's a really talented player. There's no doubt about that.
It's no surprise the Saints are always interested in Ohio State players, and I think they took the entire team to dinner last night. So, right, let's maybe fill in some of the details there. Who was there? What should we make of this?
Yeah, we've heard names like Arvell Reese, Caleb Downs, Carnell Tate, right? These are some of the defensive stars that are a part of that Ohio State group that's set to kind of dominate the top of this draft. Linebacker Sonny Styles is another one that's in that category. And so they're, starting up that work that it takes pre-draft to potentially continue that Ohio State to New Orleans Saints pipeline that once ran very strong in the NFL draft. And so all of those guys, that I just named are first-round players. And that's the thing that's so incredible about this Ohio State defense, first of all, but this Ohio State draft class as a whole. And then you can get into, some of the conversation around the guys that maybe go a little bit later, like edge rusher Caden Curry, for instance, who doesn't get the same kind of publicity as, Arvell Reese and Sonny Styles and, these guys that are kind of standout defenders, but is in his own way a standout defender as well, somebody that can put his hand in the dirt and defend the run, but also stand up and rush the passer. There's a lot of opportunity here with this Ohio State roster, especially at Ohio State defense. And you add Carnell Tate and some of the other offensive options on top of it. There's a healthy class of Ohio State Buckeyes to consider here.
He's Ross Jackson, LouisianaSports.net, Locked on Saints, at Ross Jackson Nola, at Ross Jackson Nola, if you want to give him a follow. Ross, to move away from the draft, though, for a quick second, the first big wave of free agency is done. Is there anything else you're expecting between now and the draft in free agency?
Yeah, they're sitting with, I think it's now 72 players on the roster, and then you have an 8-person draft class that's set to happen here. So around 80 expected players by the time they get into undrafted free agency. And so it wouldn't surprise me if things continue to kind of stay quiet here for the team. I could see some potential returns that could still play out here. Ugo Amadi was another safety. The Saints brought back Terrell Burgess yesterday, or we're waiting for that to be official, but that was the report. I've heard that that's kind of headed towards a one-year deal there. And then you've got, Ugo Amadi and some other defensive players that could potentially be on their way back as well. And then, of course, you're watching out for Cam Jordan. And so I think that it's going to be a little bit more reunion re-signing more than it's going to be kind of fresh faces. Although, look, the wide receiver position has not been one that has gotten overly depleted in free agency. It's actually moved surprisingly slow. And so that could be a place where the dam breaks a little bit and potentially the Saints get involved in that as that market settles. And then maybe cornerback, guys like Mike Hilton, who has a lot of experience being a nickel corner. He's just got to prove that he's healthy coming off the knee injury. If they can get some of those questions answered, then maybe that's a place where some new faces end up showing up. But right now, I think it would be any action that happens between now and the draft is probably going to be a little bit more geared towards in-house guys sticking around.
Top 30 visits in full swing, pre-draft workouts, pro days, all that stuff. You can get free coverage at LouisianaSports.net. Of course, Locked on Saints podcast or YouTube. Subscribe Locked on Saints. He's Ross Jackson. Always appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you having me. You take care. Stay safe. Talk to you soon.
All right, be well. It is After Further Review, brought to you by Arco Power Systems, ARCCO, Arco.com, Arco.com. Remember, we're talking about industrial Generac generator power with Arco Power Systems. Really impressive business. If you've heard us talk about Arco over these many months now that we've had the opportunity to talk about Arco, my goodness. They just signed their lease in Houston. It goes far west as San Antonio, Mobile, up to Little Rock, Dallas, Austin. I mean, we're talking nursing homes, grocery chains, hospitals, hotels, banks, chemical plants, gas stations, universities, governments, municipalities. These are generators built for business. And they like to say at Arco, our business is your business. ARCCO, Arco.com, Arco.com. Arco is the backbone that supports the region when people are getting through a storm and a large-scale power outage. And they work 24/7 during disasters. But anytime when the power goes out and your business needs to stay online, you want Arco Power Systems. ARCCO, Arco.com, Arco.com, Arco.com. All right, y'all, glad you're hanging out with us here is after further review. Much of the conversation today naturally is centered around Jay Johnson, around Will Wade, and the possibility of his return to Baton Rouge as we continue to follow that story as it's sort of evolving right now. We did report, if you weren't here at the top of the show, that Wade earlier today had a meeting with the NC State brass. This is amid all of the LSU conversations that are percolating. It's my understanding that NC State, as I was told this morning, within 24 hours or so, was expected to prepare a significant offer to try to keep Will Wade there in Raleigh, while LSU is working to bring Heath Schroyer, the McNeese AD, to Baton Rouge. That would sort of fall in line with, the word you're going to hear a lot is alignment from the governor, Lee Mallett, who's the president of the Board of Supervisors, Dr. Wade Roos, who's the president of the LSU system, who are all aligned on bringing Will Wade back to Baton Rouge. You add Heath Schroyer in place, that gives Will Wade his ally within the athletic department. Listen, we've talked about it a ton, but a year ago when the governor and Lee Mallett tried to put this in place, Verge Osbury, with Scott Woodward, were not on board with bringing Will Wade back. And so Scott is gone, and Verge is in that seat now. And my understanding is Verge's opinion there hasn't changed. So this is really a matter of, as we've talked about, a matter of who is ultimately going to get their way. And it seems like the governor, the chairman of the Board of Supervisors, and the president of the university are the ones that are swinging the bigger stick to get their way here. But for Will, I mean, this matters, and I think it's something that's often understated. It matters to coaches who they work for. It's very hard. Remember back to the football search when Brian Kelly was fired and then Scott Woodward was out. It was very difficult to try to begin a coaching search without a full-time athletic director because a coach is going to want to know who they're working for. And in this instance, if you were going to bring Will Wade back, he would want an ally in that athletic administration, and Heath Schroyer would provide that. That's why you're hearing that, and that's something that's been in the works for as long as they've had this conversation. I mean, it's been a year. So could this be the time that they push it across the finish line? Continue to follow it. All right, it's after further review. We're glad you're hanging out with us here. Hump Day Show is brought to you by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. We'll knock out a quick break and continue on AFR.
After further review.
Get Gordon. Get it done. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. You've been injured in an accident. It's not your fault. Do what injured people in our state have done for more than 30 years. GetGordon.com. 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 It's Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. Always encourage you to go to the website. It's a great resource. Listen, perhaps you prefer to talk to someone. That's totally cool. If you've been in an accident, talk to someone. It's easy. Go to the website. You can call the 888-8888. 888-8888. Or you can go to the website, getgordon.com. Bottom right of the website, you see a little text bubble. You can click right there and you'll be chatting instantly with someone there on Gordon's team. Getgordon.com, getgordon.com. And the thing we always tell you about is the amazing success stories that Gordon and his team are able to tell. You go to the website, you can hit the client testimonials, and you see real stories from actual clients who have had success with Gordon and his team, and you could be next. So go to getgordon.com. Get Gordon. Get it done.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Oh, we got text bubbles, Muse. Let's see. Okay, caller. I know. Mama's going. I was like, can we call? So we're calling my mom for a bracket update. If you're not familiar, every year in the bracket challenge, my mom and I go head to head. We have some business to attend to here. Now that we're into the Sweet 16 round. And last week we did our picks before the tournament started. We asked you all for suggestions on what our wager should be. So I need to run some of this by my mom. So we're going to cold call her. Muse called her at the break. She didn't answer. She's at our house. She's at my house right now watching Drew because Erica had a fair committee meeting to go to. So Mama Scone's at the house with Drew. This will be interesting. Hey, Mom, what was happening? Hey, Mom, what's happening?
Well, nothing. I'm here with Drew.
I know. How's he doing?
He's fine. Watching the iPad.
Sounds great. What's he watching?
Yeah. I don't know what he was watching. He was watching Sneezes before.
Oh.
Who? Oh, Charles Sandegrift.
Oh, he's watching Charles Sandegrift.
Yeah.
What else has he been watching?
Sneezes.
Yep. He likes to watch
sneezing.
people sneeze. He goes down the YouTube rabbit hole watching people sneeze.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's on brand. On brand for Drew.
Yeah.
How's your bracket doing?
I don't know. I haven't checked it. I checked it the other day, and I don't remember what it was, but I don't know. Do you know how I'm doing?
No.
Oh, am I? Well, you don't know. I was going to say, am I beating you? I don't know. I think there were a few upsets that with topper ranked people that
the topper ranked people. Yep.
Topper teams. Sorry, not teams. Well, they're people.
You also said topper. You also said topper. You said the topper ranked people.
The upper ranked, the higher ranked.
You are awesome at the basketball lingo, Mom. Tell you what. Let's see. So your Final Four, you have Duke beating Michigan. So your champion is still alive.
Okay.
However, you did have Gonzaga in the Final Four.
I did see they lost.
And they out. Yeah. Now, that's the bad news.
I did see that the other day, yeah.
I got good news for you, however.
What's that?
The good news for you is that I had Florida winning the national championship, and they're out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're out. So,
wow. Okay.
Yeah. Not
did
good.
I have them in the Final Four?
No, you had Gonzaga, Michigan, Duke, and Houston. So your final now, your West region is a mess.
Okay.
I think you've lost. Yeah, every team you picked in the West region has been eliminated. They're all out.
Good.
Yeah, so you're done there.
That's not good.
That's not good. However, your East region is perfect so far.
Really?
Yeah. So you still have,
I know some stuff, huh?
No, you don't. You have everybody in play there. You did have Florida, advancing to the Elite Eight, so you're out there. But you're still in pretty good shape in the Midwest also. So I'm going to need you to log in to the contest page to see your standing. What I can tell you is that I am doing okay, Mom, out of the 340 people in our bracket challenge. I'm 35th.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm doing pretty good. Here you go, Cassie. If you can pull that up, you can feel free. There's my stats right there. So I've gotten 38 of 48 correct. I'm 35th out of 340 people, which is pretty good. But again, the real challenge that I'm going to have the rest of the way is my champion is out. So I need the rest of my Final Four to stay intact, and I need your champion, Duke, not to win the championship. So,
okay.
Yeah, because that's a surefire way. That's a surefire way for you to beat me. What?
Is Michigan still in?
Yeah, Michigan's still in. Yeah, so
okay,
that's what I'm saying.
That's what I have in the championship game.
Yes,
right.
Three of your four are intact. You don't have.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, Florida or Gonzaga's out.
Okay.
And for me, Florida's out. But I had Florida going further. So what are we going to wager here? Some people suggested we asked for people to put in suggestions. Someone said that if I lose, I should have to come to your house and do chores like when I was a kid. And that if you lose, that you'd have to like babysit or something like that and I get a weekend away with Erica or something.
Okay.
I mean, you kind of watch Drew all the time anyway, so that doesn't feel like I'm really winning.
No. I don't know. That's it? That's the only suggestion?
I mean, I could go back and find some others. I don't think that many of them were actually really good,
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of creativity in the mix.
There's not a lot of chores to do at my house. Since it's just, me and Dad and Gramps. So, I don't know.
Well.
And I don't want to do anything like drinking a beer or something like that because, I don't drink in and I don't want to eat any more hot wings. And
Nah, you did that once.
did that
you know.
already.
Let's see. Yeah, no, that's about it. We're not getting many others as far as the suggestions. I think people were not super.
Not helpful.
No, kind of going through them, not finding many helpful ones. So,
Okay.
I guess we'll just have bragging rights then.
Yeah, that's good. Bragging rights is good.
It's way better when
I've only
there's
beat
something.
you twice, right?
Yeah, I think twice is how it's
Twice.
gone.
I don't know how many years we've done it now.
A long time. I mean, it's been certainly since we were, because I remember one time you came and co-hosted the show with me.
Right.
The year.
That was the first time I won.
Was it? I thought that was the time when Sister Jean and all them had their run it with Loyola. No?
I don't
Well,
know.
we've
He was
been in
the
this
old studio.
Well, so I was going to say, we've been in this studio, the video studio, since 2017.
Oh,
so,
wow.
yeah.
It was
so
before that.
Yeah, so it's been at least 9 years, or 10, almost 10 years at least since the first time that you won. So, all right, I won't make you eat any hot wings, but then again, I mean, you may beat me. I mean, if Duke goes on to win it, you get a Duke-Michigan championship game, which you could beat me. So, Mom, here's your shot. You come up.
I need to.
You got to come up with
log
something.
on and see where. Okay.
You got to come up with something.
Let me think about it. Let me think about it a little bit, and then we'll come up with something good.
Hey, what did you think about that High Point upset?
That was amazing.
Yep. What about that finish to the Kentucky-Santa Clara game?
I don't know.
What'd you think about that no technical call in the Florida-Iowa game?
Well, that was terrible, wasn't it?
Yeah, awful.
I was not watching.
I know. Hey, what are you eating for dinner tonight? Panade meat?
No, I took out some hamburger steaks.
That's one. Hamburger steaks with the
Hamburger
gravy
steaks.
and the onions and all that stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Been eating that for 40 years. So good.
I like hamburger steaks.
Yeah, me too. It's great.
Well, yeah, and they were when I made them. I made extras, and so I froze some and I took it out because I knew I was going to be here with Drew. So when I get done, once you get home, I will go feed Gramps.
Okay, love that.
Yep.
Can you maybe put us on speaker? Let's talk to Drew here for a second.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Yeah, see what he's got going on.
Okay.
All right. Let's see.
That's a terrible picture, man. I'm just looking at the TV now.
Oh, he's watching TV.
Last night. Okay, he's right here.
Hey, bud. What are you doing?
Find out if she's had a. What are you doing? iPad.
You watching the iPad? Hey, who are you watching on the iPad?
Hey, everybody. Who's on the iPad? Big Bird.
Big Bird. It's Big Bird. Okay, all right. Drew's watching Big Bird on the iPad. That sounds like a hell of a good time. Well, you enjoy watching Big Bird on the iPad. Thank you, Mom. I appreciate you watching Drew. We'll be home in a little bit.
Okay, buddy.
I'll relieve you so you can go about your day.
Okay.
All right.
Love you.
Love you too. Talk to you later. All right, that is the one and only, the incomparable Mama Moscona. I think she's got a shot this year. She went chalk.
Sounds like she does.
She went chalk in her bracket.
And so did you.
But I went chalk because I had the knowledge that a year ago, 4 1 seeds made the Final Four.
Yeah.
And because of the advent of the transfer portal, I think that has permanently weakened the mid-majors. I just don't think we're going to see as many Cinderellas anymore. So I went chalk intentionally for that reason. She just went and picked all the people with the higher numbers.
2 different strategies, same result. Would this be the third time? If she is number 3?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Got to get her score though. I need her to log in and I don't know how to I don't know how to go into the contest and look up someone else's score to search for it. And on the page that it reflects where you're just looking at the leaderboards, if you go to leaders, I wonder if I made a group. Would you have to enter?
Yeah, I looked at the group thing too earlier when I was trying to find her bracket.
Yeah, she's on there as she's not on there as Mama Moscona, which she used to be. She's on there as like Darlene Moscona, so it's probably like abbreviated. But anyway, I just really don't want to lose to her. But then again, it's good for the bid if she wins every now and again. You got to keep them interested. You can't win all the time. You got to lose every now and again. It's like pro wrestling. The good guys got to lose so you can win. You got to lose the belt so you can win it back. If you keep the belt forever, it's boring. You got to lose so you can win it back. All right, it's after further review. Brought to you by Parish Construction Roofing. ParishBuilt.com, ParishBuilt.com, ParishBuilt.com. Do business with someone you know. Parish Construction and Roofing. That's me, Ontario, Richard Tilley, Joe Morales, our great team over there at Parish Construction and Roofing. If you need a roof repair, replacement, we can help you out. Gutters, soft wash, we do it all. ParishBuilt.com, ParishBuilt.com. And, of course, we're Louisiana's very first certified fortified roofing company. If you want to learn more about a fortified roof, the benefits of installing a fortified roof, and the potential insurance premium benefits if you install a fortified roof at your home, we'd love to help you out there. Go to ParishBuilt.com, ParishBuilt.com. Do business with someone you know. Parish Construction and Roofing, ParishBuilt.com. Okay, it is after further review. Final break of the show. We'll come back. Jimmy will be here for Otter Locks. We'll find out what we're betting on tonight. Don't you move.
AFR.
You buy everything online. I bought a cold plunge chiller online. Bought lunch online today, as a matter of fact. Had a DoorDash lunch. Forgot to bring my lunch. Buy clothes online. Furniture online. You buy everything online. Why not a pool? Duplessis Builders makes that happen. Go to DuplessisBuilders.net, DuplessisBuilders.net, DuplessisBuilders.net. It is actually a very cool function. Like, if you're thinking of designing or buying a pool, I would totally go check this out. Even if you just want to see a really cool function to tool around with on the website, if you ever thought about a pool, go to DuplessisBuilders.net, hit the Pick Your Pool Now button right there on the homepage. You do it for pools or outdoor kitchens. There's 11 pool designs. Pick whichever design you want, and then you go through and choose all your finishes. Tiling, coping, lights, all that sort of stuff. It's right there at the website, DuplessisBuilders.net. DuplessisBuilders.net.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Down the stretch, we come final segment here on this Hump Day edition of AFR, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. We do have an update from Mama Scone. She logged in and looked at her picks. Remember, I told you I'm 35th out of 340.
Yeah.
Mama Scone, 275th.
Oh no,
out of 340.
Oh, so it's not going well.
It's not going well at all.
No.
No, it's not. It's not really going. Maybe I was looking at her bracket from last year or something. I don't know. But yeah, it's not going super hot. But she does have her champion still in play. And my champion is out at Florida. So she's got Duke. She can make some hay. All right, it's after further review. Find out what we're betting on tonight. Time for Otter Locks.
Otter Locks.
All right, time to win some money.
Presented by Total Maintenance AC Repair. Same-day service means you will never sleep hot. 480-1000. We are Total Maintenance.
I think it's safe to say that I won the bet.
You Otter, what up?
Paid Mama Scone? Oh. Come on, man. Who's she like in the NIT tonight?
I don't think Mama Scone has a pick in the NIT.
No.
Her claim to fame in this bracket challenge she and I have done all these years, however, she had Loyola, the sister Jean Loyola team. She had Loyola in the Final Four that year. And
Catholic, of course.
If she sees a Catholic school or some relation to Louisiana or something like that, then she'll just pick it. And she picked Loyola. Probably my dad went to law school at Loyola in New Orleans. She probably thought that was Loyola, New Orleans.
No, I remember she had Villanova in '84.
She was all over it.
Yes.
She was, huge.
Love Rolly Massimino.
Rolly, that was it. I was trying to think. I was like the big Italian name. Yep.
Yeah, Rolly Massimino had the priest sitting at the end of the bench the whole time. Like,
huge.
If he would get into interaction with the official, he'd point to the priest. Come on now. Come on.
Big St. John's fan as well.
Yes, there you go. Pitino. So, lowest paid coach left in the tournament. How about that? Ricky Pitino.
I think he's doing okay.
I think so too. I wonder if he's going to wear that ice cream salesman suit, all white, to tomorrow night. We will have some action tomorrow, man. Yes, indeed, for Sweet 16. So I'll throw you the Friday picks too, because I'm taking a day off. Parents' weekend this weekend.
At a bit.
Got to do all that. So Parents' weekend at Tuscaloosa is kind of like a father-son spring break. So anyway,
we'll try and get through it. Let's get to the NIC tonight. We split last night. We're going to take Dayton. The only favorite we're going to take. They're at home, and they support their team. They've been on a roll. All they did was lose to ECU at the end. So Dayton Flyers laying 7.5 with former Alabama coach and ECU coach Anthony Grant. And then we're going to take in a night game, Nevada plus 8.5 in the night win. And we're going to give you a little sprinkle on opening day. Got to have Netflix. The only problem is the MLB is not the NFL product. So the Yankee fans are not happy about this. But we're going to take the Yankees. Max Fried, Ace Seminara gave it to us on the show earlier this week.
Yankees on the money line, minus $1.22 as it sits right now. Where are you tomorrow, Otter?
We are at the original walk-ons getting ready for the big tailgate party for the Zach Bryan festivities on Saturday.
All right, man. We appreciate it. Enjoy the night. Good luck.
Good luck.
All right, we'll see you, Otter. All right, I'll do it for us here. Muse Cassie, thanks. Y'all have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow at 3.
AFR.
Getting on down the road, let me remind you about First South Farm Credit. If you're thinking of buying land, your first call should be to First South Farm Credit. Man, you hear Ben McDonald do his ad read for First South Farm Credit, the former first overall pick in the Major League Baseball draft. His first call was First South Farm Credit. David DeLucci, when he wanted to buy land, his hunting property, called First South Farm Credit. Terrio, out there thinking about buying land. Who did he call? He called Tim and my friends at First South Farm Credit. Thinking of buying land, your first call should be to First South Farm Credit. Go to firstsouthland.com, firstsouthland.com. They've been helping Louisianians buy land since 1916. 110 years doing one thing. And by the way, they can help you buy land anywhere in the lower 48. So if you're thinking of buying land, your first call should be to First South Farm Credit. firstsouthland.com.